And what did you learn from your little bit of Hausdorff? I suppose I haven't read it carefully enough, Professor. That's right. You haven't. The old man swept the folders back across his desk. But let me tell you something. Topology is your future, young man. I'll have my secretary put a reading list in your box. Go home and study it. California. It swept him in. The drums in the parks, the racks of clothes for sale on the street corners, the ocean light billowing all the time in the sky like a sheet snapping on a line. In North Oakland he found an apartment, a basement flat lit by two windows high apart on the wall, through which the constant milling commerce of Grove Street cast its shadows. A clicking stampede of pants and skirts and boots and heels that jettisoned cigarettes and coffee cups and sandwich wrappers at all hours of the day and night. Every morning he lifted the glass and cleared away what had gathered in the wells, the caretaker of a filthy, fishless aquarium. Yet at the same time there was an aspect to the outlook that was akin to the maple and beech forest of his childhood. The sense of a contained world that nonetheless suggested a borderless one. His first weeks, he spent hours staring through the high frames of glass. Constant sameness, constant newness. The swift legs of pedestrians scissoring a wobbling flame of sun. It was a way to think. He had a rocky start in the department. He was still drawn to numbers, of course. That part was unwavering. Number theory. The charismatic singularity of primes and semi-primes. The inevitability of numeric functions and their astounding analytic capture of the world. The V-shaped cadres of flying geese he'd watched as a boy. The fragmenting clouds yielding to disorder high above the two glass-paned graphs through which he now gazed hour upon hour. It was as though the numerals had been expressly fabricated, like more perfect words, to elucidate the details of creation. He wanted to say this to someone. Instead, he sat in his thrift store chair and watched the passing legs. Steps, random crossings, the probability of flows. Mathematics not only described it all, but could in large terms predict it. In his bed sometimes he wondered absently if it could be developed to alter it. He was interested in other fields besides topology. Commutative algebra, for one, the work of Gauss and Cayley and Lasker. But whenever he spoke with Hans Borland about it, the old man seemed irritated. "Topology's the one for you, Andret," the professor said brusquely the next time they met. "I guarantee it. Forget algebra. Forget Gauss. Lasker was just a chess player with airs. Topology's a perfect suit to your gifts, man. That sense we both have of the world. The rest's a waste of your time." He exhaled tiredly. "And talent." A glass of sherry stood on the polished desk. He raised his left hand again, dramatically, as though it affirmed his conclusion. "Should have been a topologist myself." "You still can be, Professor." "A wasted thought." He sipped from the narrow glass, then set it down carefully as if balancing an egg. "Have you read Bott and Kuratowski and the rest on the list?" "Yes." "And what did you find there to work on?" "I guess I haven't settled on anything. Nothing specific yet, anyway." "Well," he sniffed, "focus yourself. Settle on something." Now and then, one or another of the graduate students in his department would stop by for an assignment or to discuss a